Los Angeles County, California. With nearly 10 million residents, the most heavily populated county in the United States. Many services help the county run smoothly, including child care support for those in need. But with these services comes the potential for exposure to fraud.
In these recessionary times, we have seen an uptick, a surge in fraud-related cases. It is a problem also because we've had these fraud rings, which is usually criminal elements that will persuade recipients to work with them for kickbacks.
In recent years, the county has seen child care fraud cases rise by nearly 40%.
They were declaring employers that really didn't exist at all. In some cases, the services provided was non-existent. They were also declaring work schedules that were really either non-existent or were a lot longer than they were actually working, and claiming that they had children attending child care center for 7 or 8 hours.
Investigators were burdened with outdated, divergent systems that could not easily identify fraudulent activity.
Many county agencies have their own silos of information, and the data are not shared among departments. So it became really difficult to get a holistic view of a particular program.
County leaders understood that they needed a new solution to combat fraud.
We wanted a kind of a unified approach as a solution for fraud to get a handle on child care. And so we were interested in a solution that brought in together data integration, a powerful workbench, and in terms of analytical tools, and what was very important for us was the capability of using social network analysis.
So the county turned to SAS, developing a pilot program to detect and prevent child care benefits fraud.
We are able to assign risk scores to both providers and participants. And then once we put together this node on a particular participant, we were further interested to see how this small network fit in the larger scheme of network. Our investigators are great investigators in the area of fraud, but the use of social network analysis makes it much more efficient for them to use these tools. The geographic information systems coupled with social network analysis also has a feature where you can examine the formation of social networks over time. You can see how they grow from just a few nodes to an addition of more participants in collusion over time. It is simply an extraordinary tool.
An extraordinary tool that is already paying dividends.
We concluded that if the county were to bring in data mining tools and social network analysis, we expect to see on an annual basis return on investment of approximately $7 to $30 million a year. So that's a fairly large return on investment. So realize that if we decide to go forward, the application, the SAS fraud framework solution would be paid in less than a year.
And while the county is getting a remarkable return on its investment, Manuel Moreno sees even greater benefits.
This is an important program for support for parents that actually have a real need to utilize child care services so they can get a job. And when you have criminal elements who are committing fraud, they are basically stealing the money from people who really needs the funds. So it is extremely important that we get a handle on fraud, and so that the funding goes to the people that really need the services.